Yo, Saf back again for another Talk and Play. Welcome. If you're new to the channel, I really appreciate you for being here. Like this video if you like the video. Subscribe if you want to keep up with future content, and share if you just want to let people know you found another black YouTuber that is pretty dope. Thank you so much for that. If you're returning to the channel, again, I really appreciate you. You did the work. You know what I'm saying? You liked the video, you subscribe, you've been telling people. Appreciate you for being here. You already know what time it is. It is Talk and Play, where I talk about something, where I play video games. If you read the title for this video, then you already know it's Falcon and Winter Soldier episode 4 review. I'm excited about it because episode 4 was huge. We had some shit going on in this episode that I don't know. This series has turned out to be pretty dope, but I'm gonna get into that later. Today the play is gonna be Outriders. I played it on the last episode 3 review. I played Outriders, PvE game, looter shooter, run around shooting everybody, collecting cool gear, co-op mode with your friends so you can have some fun doing that. Overall, it's a dope game. A lot of crashing going on, a lot of bugs still need to be worked out, but developers doing what they got to do to fix that. Otherwise, it's a dope game. I'm enjoying it. So I'm back on it for this episode 4 review. We might as well just jump into it because wow. We open up the episode back in Wakanda, which, pause, RIP to Chadwick Boseman. I really appreciate everything that came from Black Panther. So anytime we get some Wakanda footage in the MCU, I gotta take my little second to stand or whatever. Wakanda forever, you know what I'm saying? And the cityscape for that city is just fucking beautiful. I really like that they gave us a nice looking area that is to ourselves, our own shit. Shout out to Wakanda. Moving past that, Aya of the Dora Milaje is, with Bucky, guiding him through his mental break from the Winter Soldier programming. Obviously the shit worked. We wouldn't be here right now today discussing the Falcon and the Winter Soldier if Bucky was still captive of the Winter Soldier programming. He is not. That brings us to present day. Aya once again telling him, hey, you have 8 hours with Zemo and we're coming to get him. We need Zemo back because it's personal. He took our king's life. We need that back. We need justice for that. And I can understand that, she says, I was personally assigned to protect, King T'Chaka, and he got in the way of my mission. So this is personal for Ayo. She wants him back for not just committing acts of crime against her country, but just simply because he took somebody from her that she cared about. So Bucky relays the message to Sam and Zemo. Hey, the Wakandans are here. They're giving us 8 hours with Zemo, so we got to figure this shit out before they pull up because they want this man back. So from that point, they start to discuss how they could catch up with Carly and the Flag Smashers. They're still in Riga, which is where her last known location was. So plot time. Let's try to figure out how we're going to find her. This leads us to Riga's city square, I guess it would be. Yeah, their city square where the trio is trying to track down any information, any leads on Danya so that they could get, close to Carly. Obviously, no one is willing to help because, they down for the cause. Just like I said in episode 3, they believe in everything that Carly is trying to do with the Flag Smashers. And of course, they're not trying to compromise her location in any way because they're receiving help and support from her. And that's what these people need. That's what these people want. So Sam is running into plenty of no's and people just running away. We're not trying to give you no information. Zemo, on the other hand, is working some kind of angle. He gives a group of kids this bag of Turkish delights. One of the kids in particular is a young girl who is willing to trade information on Danya's whereabouts, or the whereabouts of Danya's memorial service, in hopes of them finding Carly. That seems to be somewhat successful. Zemo was able to get this young girl to admit that she knows where Danya's service is going to be held, and she's okay with taking Zemo to that service for a bag of candy. Sam, Bucky, and Zemo reconvene to discuss their efforts to find information on Danya, Carly, and the Flag Smashers. Obviously, Sam and Bucky have none, but Zemo reveals that a funeral is going to be held for Danya. So now we have to figure out where this funeral is going to be and how to get there. So Sam is like, well, let me pull in some extra help once again. And we get a phone call to Sharon where he is asking her to aid them in any way with locating this information. During this time, we actually catch up with Carly and one of her Flag Smasher cohorts, and they are at a cemetery where they seem to be paying the respects to fallen members, but also retrieving the vials of super soldier serum that they apparently stashed there for safekeeping. Which, even though that is a creepy spot to hide anything, I cannot say it is a terrible spot, because it is not. That nobody's gonna search a cemetery for anything. But in this scene, Carly and her Flag Smasher friend are having a conversation about everything that's taking place. He is very supportive of the movement, telling her, you know, you like a Captain America for the free people, for the people who are displaced and who lost everything when 50% of the world came back after the blip. Like, we need you. We need a Captain America like you, not the one that's been running around with the shield all of this time, representing things that we no longer believe in or can take part in because of the way this world has treated us. And ultimately, the Flag Smashers' goal does not seem to be an evil one. They're just going about it in a evil way. Like, it's turning out to be a little bit more terroristic than radical, but it is what it is. I mean, I don't necessarily agree with the way that Carly and the Flag Smashers are handling things, but I understand their mission and I understand why it's important to them and other people. However, this scene mostly is about them and their dislike for the way things have been, their disdain for the shield and Captain America and everything that symbol stands for. So it looks like Carly's plan may be evolving from, oh, you know, I'm just trying to bring people in these displaced areas food and water, to something a little bit more grand. We cut back over to Riga, the city square where Sam, Bucky, and Zemo were tracking down information. They are ran down on by Fake Cap and Battlestar. Obviously, how the fuck did y'all find us? Duh, nigga, it's two Avengers walking around in broad daylight. It's not gonna be hard. Fake Cap seems to be upset. You know, I guess he feels left out of the loop. He wants to know why they helped Zemo escape when, you know, Zemo technically broke out on his own, according to Bucky. But, you know, they want to know what's going on and put this crazy plan and idea that they're carrying out to a stop. Now, Sam talks to Fake Cap and lets him know, like, hey man, this is what we're doing. This is why we tracking her down. She's grieving. I should be able to talk to her. I'm the kind of person, or I have the kind of skill set that allows me to level with people when they're going through traumatic experiences like this. Let me talk to her about it. Of course, Fake Cap, being the asshole that he is completely against it. But everybody else with the brain is like, nah, let's let him try. Like, if he could talk, even Battlestar, if he could talk her out of this shit, it might be better than us just going in there guns blazing. Let Sam talk to her or whatever, and just trust me as your friend, and we'll figure this shit out as we go. At this point, it's Fake Cap versus everybody. Even Battlestar is co-signing Sam's plan, so he has no choice but to agree. This is when we see the same little girl from the city square where Zemo gave the candy to the kids. She comes up, you know, I'll take you to where you need to be. Zemo gives her some cash, tells her thank you and everything like that. And they're led to a warehouse where Carly and it seems like multiple Flag Smashers along with other people who just care are having a service, in respects of their friend Danya that passed. As Sam goes to confront Carly, we see Fake Cap handcuffing Zemo to some pipes and letting everybody know, in 10 minutes I'm going to act the ass and go in there and fuck shit up. So you got 10 minutes with the girl and not a second more, as if we give a fuck about any direction from John Walker. Anyway, Sam is having a heart-to-heart with Carly. She's explaining, you know, her role in this and how she's trying to fight supremacy and everything like that. Like, she doesn't seem to be a bad person at all. And at this point, I'm convinced, you know, she's not bad. She's just a little misguided. You know, Sam tells Carly, you know what I'm saying, I agree with you. I just can't, you know, condone your methods. I don't agree with those methods and the way that you're handling things, but I agree with your mission and everything that you're trying to say. Meanwhile, Fake Cap is outside losing his shit, staring down every second of this 10 minutes. He finally breaks and like, you know what, fuck it, I'm going in. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm sure she wouldn't.
Party's over. He rushes and ruins the moment and causes Carly to feel like she's been set up or betrayed by Sam. And of course, she takes off and a chase ensues. Carly is able to get away from Sam and Bucky chasing her down through this warehouse, but she was not able to escape Zemo, because as soon as Zemo caught her, he shot her on sight. In her attempt to try to dodge the rest of the bullets flying at her face, she drops the super soldier serum on the ground, and immediately Zemo hones in on it. He's like, is that what I think it is? Oh yeah, it's over for this. And starts destroying all the vials that he could see. In the process of destroying those vials, he is met with a shield to the side of the dome thrown by Fake Cap. Zemo is knocked unconscious and Carly is able to escape. Now, in John's assessment of what's going on, he realizes that Zemo was destroying the super soldier serum, but he sees one in the corner that Zemo missed, picks it up. You know, you can see those wheels turning in his head. You know what? I'm going to keep this. He puts it in his pocket right before Sam enters the room and asks what the fuck is going on in here. Carly meets back up with the other Flag Smashers, her two lieutenants, I'm assuming. And they discuss everything from what's going to happen moving forward to the fact that the serum has just been destroyed. In the midst of all of that conversation, they receive a text message from the power broker basically threatening to kill Carly for stealing that shit in the first place. Which, you know, power broker been on them for a minute, so she's already aware that she needs to handle that at some point. But for now, she reveals to them that her plan is to kill Fake Cap. From this scene, we cut back to Zemo and Sam in the hideout that Zemo has in Riga. And they're having a conversation about the super soldier serum and the Flag Smashers. Sam tells Zemo, like, even if he was offered, he would never take that shit. But Zemo is letting him know, like, hey, man, you know, people aren't, you know, inherently gonna just change off of this soldier serum. Like, it just boosts up who they are. So wherever Carly is now in her mental, she's lost. Let that go. Zemo wants the Flag Smashers gone. Sam, on the other hand, is not about bloodshed on either side. He can understand Carly and the Flag Smashers and what they're trying to do, but he doesn't want the bloodshed, and he doesn't want Zemo to be running around murdering people who have injected this super soldier serum. Sam enters the room and he points out the obvious. Something is going on with John. His brain is not right. He's an evil person. Something is happening. To which this leads to another little argument about Sam giving up the shield in the first place, and the fact that Captain America, the real Captain America, Steve Rogers, gave that shield to Sam. So how it ended up in John Walker's arms is beyond everybody. But in the midst of this conversation, in walks the lunatic John Walker and Battlestar, kicking in the door, making demands and threats as if they running something, which Sam has to humbly remind him, only thing you running in here is your mouth, because you don't run nothing else. Fake Cap is demanding that Sam and Bucky give up Zemo. They point out we wouldn't be this far in our investigation if it wasn't for the tips and the usefulness of this person, so the answer is no. while Fake Cap is in his feelings, trying to be aggressive about the situation, threatening to pretty much fight Sam, in walks in the Dora Milaje, interrupting the whole scene. And this is where I lose my shit, because they too want Zemo, but they made a deal with, Bucky, that they get 8 hours. 8 hours is up. They don't care if he's a means to whatever end they got going on. They want Zemo. Fake Cap is being a dick, though. And this leads to the best part of this series, in my opinion, so far, where the Dora Milaje have to humble Fake Cap after he makes the stupid decision to put his hand on Ayo. She whacks his ass. She beat him. She beat him down. They beat down Fake Cap. He's getting his ass whooped. Battlestar is having no luck either. Bucky and Sam are watching idly, just enjoying the show, because Sam gave this nigga a warning before he decided he wanted to be the egotistical white boy that he is. He told him, you don't want to really tangle with them. You probably want to fight Bucky and the vibranium arm before you go up against the Dora Milaje. But of course, Fake Cap didn't listen. Now he's on the ground getting all kind of spears and left hooks and front kicks to the jaw. It's a fantastic scene. Loved every second of it. But of course, they don't want the Dora Milaje to kill Fake Cap and Battlestar, so Sam and Bucky step in. This is where Bucky finds out that the vibranium arm can be easily disabled by Dora Milaje. Ayo did some kind of hand shit, and the arm literally jumped off of Bucky's body and fell to the ground. It was fucking amazing. But in the midst of all of this fighting and chaos, Zemo escapes. Like, he dips off to the bathroom, closes the door. We don't see him again. The Dora Milaje whoop everybody ass and be like, you know what? We ain't come here to fight nobody. We came to get Zemo. Let's collect our prize. Open up the bathroom doors. They realize Zemo escaped. And instead of taking the vibranium shield like I would have, they decide, you know what? Leave it. He can have it. We'll take it when we want it. But for now, he can keep it. This breaks Fake Cap's little ego. His heart is hurt. He's staring off into a blank space, just wondering, like, how the fuck did he just get his ass handed to him by some black women who are not even super soldiers? Fucking fantastic. It should have happened sooner, but I'm glad it happened, period. That fantastic scene, which was the best one of the episode, leads to a more lackluster scene of Fake Cap and Battlestar having a conversation over lunch about the serum. Now, we saw a few scenes ago, Fake Cap actually found one last vial of the serum. So obviously this conversation is him trying to probe Battlestar to see if he approves of the serum and, becoming a super soldier or not. Battlestar is with it. He said if he had it, he would take it. And that leads us to a conversation about why John is the way he is. And it seems that he may be dealing with some kind of PTSD from the tour he did in Afghanistan, where a lot of his companymen ended up dying while he got to come home and receive 3 badges of honor. Battlestar points out, man, we could have saved a lot of lives if we had that super soldier serum running through our veins. We could have saved a bunch of people. And that flips a switch, in my opinion. It flips a switch in Fake Cap's brain that maybe it is a good idea to just go ahead and take the serum. In the next scene, we see Carly calling Sarah, which is Sam's sister. She calls Sarah to, deliver a message. She was very upset about the fact that she felt ambushed by Sam and Bucky and Fake Cap and Battlestar back when they were having a conversation in the warehouse. She wants to know if Sam is trustworthy or if she should kill him or not. Sarah comes through on the clutch, let him know, like, hey, my brother's a good dude. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee you he's not working for bitch ass, fake ass Cap. Just trust him on that. So Carly, gives a message to Sarah to relay to Sam. I want to meet. We're going to talk. I need you to know that I'm serious. You don't show up, I'm going to be throwing your sister and your 2 nephews into the water. Obviously, Sarah is not having that. No threats against the kids, the family, none of that. So she calls Sam immediately and tell him what's going on. Like, hey, Carly just called me. This is the message that she wants you to know. Like, she threatened the boys. What we gonna do? Obviously, Sam's like, take the boys. I'm out. I'm gonna go find out what's going on with Carly. You just go somewhere safe. Stay low key. Sam goes to meet up with Carly with, Bucky by his side. Of course, Carly's not threatened by this. She understands that they are friends, and they end up having a conversation. Carly tells Sam, I would have never hurt your sister or your nephews or whatever. That was just for you to get here. I actually want you to join me, and I don't have any issue with you or Bucky. My issue is with John Walker and that shield he's carrying. She feels like killing Sam and Bucky would not be grand enough. It has to be somebody that the world and everybody really cares about, which immediately flips a switch in Bucky and Sam's brain that damn, she might be trying to kill Fake Cap. They're interrupted by the arrival of Fake Cap and Battlestar at this very moment. Sharon hits Sam on their little 2-way earpiece and let him know, like, hey man, I got satellites on Cap or Fake Cap. He's in the area. Look out for him. Now that Sam and Bucky understand that Fake Cap's life is in danger, they immediately try to rush off to get to him before the Flag Smashers do. Because as Carly stated earlier, I'm trying to get them separated. As long as we can get them separated, we should have no problem taking out Fake Cap. And obviously it worked. They threatened Sam's sister. It got Sam and Bucky to show up without Fake Cap and Battlestar. Fake Cap and Battlestar showed up somewhere else that the Flag Smashers were expecting them to be, and they got ambushed. Battlestar is kidnapped, and that sends Fake Cap into a rage. John Walker is looking everywhere for his friend Battlestar. He can't find him, but he is attacked by somebody, and during this fight with the random Flag Smasher attacker, we see John Walker has taken that super soldier serum that he stole when Zemo was trying to destroy them all. He's souped up, he's fighting back, he throws the shield at one point, it literally almost goes through a cement pillar, just getting stuck there, and he has to pull it out. Sam walks in on Fake Cap fighting and realizes that something is up with Cap that is a little bit out of the norm, but of course Fake Cap is in a rage trying to find Battlestar, and fellow black man is like, okay, we'll talk about this shit later, let's go get your friend back because we can't have this nigga being captured. Now, unbeknownst to everybody, Battlestar is a very capable human being, so he manages to escape from the zip tie handcuffs that he was in. Sam, Bucky, and Fake Cap walk into a room where they are ambushed by a gang of Flag Smashers. A fight ensues. Everybody's going crazy. At some point, Fake Cap is actually subdued by like 2 or 3 Flag Smashers, and this leaves Carly to run off with a knife and try to stab Cap, at which she is foiled in her attempt by good old Battlestar. Battlestar pushes her out of the way, which in turn causes her to react with a strong punch that sends him flying into a cement pillar, killing him on the spot. Fake Cap rushes over to see what happened to Battlestar, and once he realizes that he is dead, his brain goes haywire. Now the Flag Smashers, in the chaos of witnessing Carly kill Battlestar, they get away. They start to escape. They're running. Fake Cap is like, nah, y'all not just finna get away after killing my friend. He busts through a window, lands on top of somebody's car, and chases down the first Flag Smasher he sees. This Flag Smasher, upon getting his ass whooped in the public of a city square, is telling him, I'm not the one that killed her. It wasn't me. But he wants Carly, The man is not giving the information of Carly that he's looking for. So Fake Cap snaps. We start to see, a nice ass whooping and, handiwork with the shield, to Fake Cap literally taking the shield and bashing this man's face in to the point that he dies in the Riga City Square. Now, of course, we're in the age of social media, so as Fake Cap turns around after what he feels to be a victory, he is met with no less than 1,300 iPhones filming every piece of the murder that he just committed. Sam and Bucky are flabbergasted. They cannot do anything but stand there and watch as everybody films this man with blood-stained clothing and a blood-stained vibranium Captain America shield. This episode ends here. Now, that was a huge cliffhanger, right? Episode 3's cliffhanger with, Aya of the Dora Milaje showing up or whatever. That was huge because I had no idea the Dora Milaje and Wakanda would intervene in Falcon and the Winter Soldier at any point in time of the series, but that was still cool to see. What's interesting about this cliffhanger with John Walker actually killing somebody in public is how the series can play this out moving forward. We're in a time period right now, as far as social America is concerned, where people are killing people on camera, and just because they have some position of power or some position of favor as far as the government or law enforcement is concerned, they're not getting convicted. They're literally killing people on camera and getting away with it. So this series could go one of two ways. All this iPhone footage that obviously is uploaded to social media, I'm pretty sure people was on live watching this happen. Once this footage starts to circulate the world and, of course goes viral, we're either going to see Fake Cap be reprimanded for this shit, or he's going to get off scot-free like a lot of, like I said, law enforcement and people who know special favor of the government have been doing for, I guess, as long as camera phones have been around, honestly. But we'll see how it plays out. I'm very, very interested to see how they're gonna work this series moving forward, because, like I just said, we're in a social climate right now where, murder on camera by white people of power gets a blind eye turned to it. But this series has been very good at exploring the social climate, with racism and oppression and all of this radicalism of, people trying to have their voices heard and their people supported and cared about. So we'll see. Is John's gonna get in trouble for this? Great, he needs to be. But if we being realistic to the world that we in today, like he said, don't matter how we do it, they're not going to care as long as we get the job done. This might be seen as a victory for them and spun in a way that gets John Walker off from all punishment that he deserves for literally murdering somebody in the street as the symbol of America. But we'll see what happens. That ends the episode. I'm not trying to take up too much of y'all time as usual. I'm going to get back to playing this game. Y'all let me know. Get in the comments. Tell me how y'all feel about episode 4. What y'all looking forward to for episode 5 and 6. I'm very excited. I don't do spoilers or, anything that's going to tell me the plot. I like to just watch. So I'm ready to see how this series shapes out, especially after this fucking cliffhanger of John Walker losing his fucking mind and killing somebody in plain day. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. That's Talk+Play. Catch y'all on the next one.